Alright, this next section that I'm going to go over are going to be variations of SpeedCubes. So, because there's so many, I'm going to be dividing this into groups. So, the first one that I'm going to be going over are just going to be sticker mods or anything else of just a random cube. The first one I have is this super cube out of a 3x3. This is made out of a V-Cube 3, so it's not very good. And if you're wondering what that noise is, some of the torpedoes have broken, as you can see, and I've just put them inside. These torpedoes are broken, you know. So the cube can pop, you know, but yeah, but the tensions are a bit uneven because some of the screws have gotten stripped, you know, because the core is like so stiff, you know. But yeah, nothing much else to say. I do intend to get a 4x4 and 5x5 version though. Alright, so the next cube I have is this cube here. This basically has the sticker mod where it has World Championship stickers from 2013 that I got. And this cube, if you're wondering, is a Diane Panchi. It's another one that I had. This one is not too bad, but yeah, it's still not that good. Put these on and it's not solved, you know, I just didn't get around to solving it. Next cube I have is this cube right here. This is a Diane Guhong version 1. And this is a stickless one and it's been signed by a few people. I'll have it focus here. You might be able to tell who these were signed by. But anyway, it's a cube. I don't really solve this really, and it's actually very stiff right now. Tensions are extremely tight. Next cube I have is this weird shape mod of a cube. And this is more of a game actually, where you line pieces up. I haven't taken a while to look into that, but that's what this cube is. It's a very nice cube. You know, I've solved it a couple times like this. It's not really a super cube, you know. You just gotta solve these pieces like that. Next cube I have is the Oscar's Treasure Chest cube. This is the one that can open up when it's solved. And these pieces in here, if you're wondering, are extra pieces from the 2x3x4 that creates the bandaging mechanism that I put inside this. It's a very nice cube. It's a little bit stiff in some spots, and it does have a little hard time turning, but it's pretty good. Next cube I have is the Latch cube. This cube here, it's very difficult to solve. What you gotta do is you need to, you can only turn these arrows in the direction that it turns. So this one here can't turn in any direction. Here you can turn it in any direction, and it's extremely tight right now because it can get very loose and the latches don't work well when it's loose. But it's a pretty nice cube. I've solved it a couple times, but it is very hard to solve. Next cube that I have here is this cube. This is a Rubik's Bank cube right here, and basically what this is you can put some coins in here, and then it comes out the other side when the green is solved. There's nothing in here right now, but when this turns and it's solved, you can open it up like this and get whatever is in there out. It's a very nice cube that I got about a year ago, and yeah, nothing much else to say about it. The next cube that I have is this 2x2 Rubik's Junior cube. I got this for a specific reason, but I still haven't done anything with it yet. It moves okay, but it can't cut corners at all. So, it's pretty easy to solve, but I don't use this that much. The next cube I have is the MF8 Constrained Mega Minx. So I got this cube. There's nothing constrained right now, but that's what this is. It's very stiff. I haven't solved it that much lately, but it's a very nice cube to have. There's a lot of different ways you can constrain the cube in. But it's a pretty nice cube. Then the last part of this is this fully functional bandage cube DIY kit. This is where you can put different types of tiles on it, and I have it in this state because I'm trying to learn some F2L tricks, and I'm using this to help me with it. But yeah, that's what this cube basically is. So that's all the cubes I have for just sticker mods of cubes. Alright, this next set of cubes are going to be shape mods of SpeedCubes, so let's just get started. First one I have is a Ghost Cube, which is a shape mod of a 3x3, and everything needs to be realigned and then it can turn. This is just the black version. I didn't get the metallic versions though. It's a pretty nice cube. It's a little stiff though, and some of the stickers have fallen off. Next cube I have is a Shangshao Master Morphinx in stickerless. This cube turns very well, and a lot of people say it's hard to solve, but it's actually not that hard to solve. It's very easy to solve. So let me know if you want me to make a tutorial on it though. So the next cube I have is the Axis Cube. This is a YJ version. This one here is also very nice. It's not too hard to solve if you know a lot about SpeedCubes. But yeah, nothing else to say about it though. Next cube that I have is this 4x4 octahedron. This is one of my hardest cubes, you know. If you guys have this, it's probably very hard to solve, because you really got to wrap your mind around it, and the parodies can be very annoying with this. It's not like a super cube. You really got to wrap your mind around it and make sure you remember everything. So it's a very nice cube to have. I got it in stickless because it looks better. Next cube I have is the Moyu Fisher Cube, the 4x4 version. I actually don't have a 3x3 Fisher Cube. I don't know why. I'll probably get that soon though. So this cube here, it turns very well. I replaced it with my shades, and I put green and blue here because I solved green first. So yeah, nothing else to say about it. Next I have this 2x2 brain cube. This cube is actually very rare. I got this from my uncle, and this cube basically is a 2x2 cube. The mechanism is not that good though. It's basically a bunch of glued 3x3 caps with corners underneath it with no edges. So it's not that great of a quality cube, and it even clicks. So yeah, nothing else to say. Next cube I have is a Meffert's Jeans Pyraminx. I haven't turned this in a while, like it was a little stuck there. It's a very nice cube to solve. At first it was popping a lot, but I tightened it a little bit. And it's not that hard to solve. You just got to know an additional thing if you can solve a Pyraminx. Next thing I have is a QJ Scube Ultimate. Haven't solved this in a while though. A lot of the ball bearings tend to fall out, and this one also has my custom shade. This is probably the shade a lot of people use, or the scheme actually. So nothing else to say. It's a pretty good cube. I've had it for a long time, and it's been a long time since I've touched it. Last one I have is the Hexaminx. This one here I also haven't touched in a long time. As you can see, I don't touch a lot of my non-WCA cubes. This one here, it's very stiff now, but it's a very nice cube, and the stickers peel like crazy, as you can see. But other than that, very nice cube. It takes me quite a while to solve it, actually. Another cube that I have here is the Rubik's World. This is basically a 2x2 shape mod. It's not really a shape mod, but it's basically a 2x2 cube. It turns pretty good. It's of course not that great, but it turns nice, but it can't cut corners. But it's a pretty cool cube. You just gotta solve it and make it back into the world. Alright, the last set of SpeedCube type puzzles, it's going to be just some other higher order versions or any other types of versions of them, okay? So first we have a square 2. Not a lot to say. This one's pretty easy if you know how to solve a square 1. Yeah, nothing else to say. Next one I have is the Master Pyraminx from Meffert's. This one I got pretty much just to complete the collection. Doesn't turn that great. I haven't solved it a whole lot, but it's nice to have. And after that comes the Professor Pyraminx. This one here is actually not as hard as you'd think it would be. It's very easy, and if you guys want me to make a tutorial, let me know. Next cube I have is the Void Cube. This is a different type of Void Cube. It's not like the normal one that you can find at a lot of places. This actually has these tiles on it, and some of the tiles are getting beat up. And this actually has the correct color scheme, unlike the wacky color scheme that a lot of them tend to have. So it's a pretty nice cube, but it does not turn that well. And I also have the Holy Megaminx. This cube that I have here, this particular one is not that great. It's because some of the centers have been so loose that they've broken off while solving, and I've had to glue them back on. And when I first got it, it took me several tries just to get through one solve without having them break off. I haven't used it that much because of that, and because it doesn't turn that great. So, if you're going to get this, you know, it might be good for the collection, but if you're not really a big collector, I don't know if you'd want to get this. Not that big of a challenge. Next cube I have is the Flower Minx from Meffert's. This one here has Q-Smith stickers on it, and the turning is not that great. It can lock up sometimes, and sometimes it feels like it's going to pop, but it's a pretty cool cube. I also kind of got this just for the collection. So yeah, nothing else to say. Next cube I have is the MF8 Gigaminx. This cube, I've had it for a very long time. I've solved it like maybe 20 times, I think. Maybe less though. But it doesn't turn that great. I used to think it turned very good, but it doesn't turn that great. It's a bit stiff, and I solved it just for this video, and it took me quite a while. Not as into this as I used to be, but it's something nice to have. And then the last one that I have is the Teraminx. And this is probably the biggest cube that I have. And it's also not solved here, as you can see. It's because it just takes so long to solve that I don't really solve it that much. And as you can see, some of the pointy stickers on the ends have been peeling off because they're so small. They just start peeling right away. So I don't use this cube that much. It's actually been scrambled for over a year now, actually. But I've solved it maybe about 10 times. Haven't solved it that much, but if you have the money and you're into puzzle solving or big cubes, you know, or you want to get it for a collector's item, this cube might be worth checking out. So those are all the cubes that I have that are variations of SpeedCubes.